am so proud of how my mindset has shifted. Good morning. It is a Saturday. It's 9:35 in the morning and I have the entire day to do exactly what I want, and I do have a few things in mind as to what I want to do today, which I am so excited for. I have been looking forward to today the entire week. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Marnie and I am a self-proclaimed hobbyist. I like to read, I like to draw, I like to try new hobbies, I like to go to galleries and museums, so make sure to stick around. And today I do have a bit of an agenda in terms of the main projects that I want to focus on. So first I have my art journal, which I did kind of start before, but I haven't really picked it back up in a while, so today I will be starting that again. Yesterday I actually used these markers for the first time ever. I bought these when I was at university, which was 3 or 4 years ago, and I wasn't sure if these were still going to work, but they do, and I used them yesterday for a different drawing, which was really fun to do, so I want to use those a bit more today. And then I have my entire stash of colouring pencils, which I also want to use today too. I was thinking of using my oil pastels, but I might do that a bit later, I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to get everything set up, get all of the equipment that I want for my art journal specifically, and then we can get going. Okay, so I do have a few stickers and things that I want to use. I basically want to go with this like bluish colour. So I've got this one, and then I've got one more. And then I also have these kind of stickers as well that are like blue greenish, so I might use a couple of those. I did have a specific sheet of paper that I wanted to use, but I can't find it, so I don't know if I used it in something else. So I'm gonna stick these down and then we can start drawing. Okay, so I really like this one, but I think I'm gonna save that for another day, as well as this sticker, which is so stunning. That tree is gorgeous, but again, I think I'm gonna use that for another day. So the ones that I want to use today are, first of all, this, and then I think the crown. I don't think I want to use this one. Maybe all three. Let's see. But definitely these two. Okay, so I have got those kind of stuck down. I didn't end up using this sticker. And these stickers, whilst they're really pretty, they're really difficult to get off. So I kind of got a bit annoyed with trying to get a third one off. But this is how the stickers and things look stuck down. Now I want to do some drawing. So I think I'm going to start off with my colouring pencil set. So I do have quite a lot in here, and I think I'm just going to start colouring some of the edges and things, and then I will switch to my markers. I will also go and get my oil pastels so that I have that option too, but I'm kind of just going to mix and match and start drawing and see where we end up. I definitely want to get a few of the blues and the greens out. At the moment, I'm just sort of mimicking the pattern in here, and I want that all the way up here, and then maybe I'll draw something else at the top, but that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. And honestly, it's quite tricky. I didn't realize that colouring pencils would be so tricky with this. So I'm going to draw this pattern with pen. I can't find the pen that I normally use, which I actually love. I don't know where I put it, so I'm gonna have to use this one instead. So I cannot find the pen that I use to draw everything. I used it yesterday, so it's somewhere in my room. I just don't know where, so I've had to go with this one, which I don't love, but it's it's doable. I have kind of done a little bit of the pattern, but I don't love it, so I think I'm going to change what I'm doing, and instead I found this app Cosmos, which I have never used before, but it's supposed to be like a better version of Pinterest. So I'm gonna search up kind of like blue aesthetic or something like that, and maybe blue animal, blue nature aesthetic. And I'm gonna draw some of these because look how stunning that is. And this is, oh, that's so dark. Oh. Look how nice those are. Oh my god. Look how nice those are. I literally downloaded this yesterday, but I see why people use this. So I'm going to start drawing some of these, and I think I am going to use my markers and my oil pastels now. I'm not loving the colouring pencils, so I'm kind of going to switch out of that. So first I got to decide what I want to draw, because these are actually a lot darker. Like that. That's cool. Pretty simple-ish, I think. So I can kind of do maybe an oil pastel background and then do the drawing on top. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I have done the oil pastel one here, which was honestly quite difficult. I don't know if maybe this paper isn't the best to be using oil pastels on. So now I'm going to try and draw the same thing over here, but using my markers instead, and we'll see how that goes as well. I really struggled with this pattern with the colouring pencils. I don't know why. I just didn't love it. So I'm not sure how often I'll use colouring pencils. Maybe this wasn't the right thing to try and draw from. But like I said, I'm going to try and draw this on this side now, and we'll see what that does. To start off with, I'm going to be using some of my darker blue markers at the base, and then I'll use some of the lighter ones on the upper part, and then we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure how it's going to work because I can't really blend the markers together like you can with oil pastels and stuff, so I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. Okay, so these are not good, and maybe I didn't choose the best image to try and draw because the image requires a lot of like blending with the different colors, and that was just not what I was gonna get with markers and oil pastels, so it wasn't the best decision. This is how it turned out, and I'm just gonna write a few notes of what I found with this and moving forward knowing what references to choose, because this was not the best decision. So I'm just gonna write a couple of notes down. Okay, so even though these drawings did not go how I wanted them to go, like I don't love how they look, I am so proud of how my mindset has shifted, because if I had done something like this a year ago or even a month ago, I would definitely have the perspective of being hard on myself, being annoyed that it didn't turn out as I wanted it to go, that I'm not happy with the results. I would have questioned my skills or if there's any point in me continuing trying to draw and practice. But now I'm really at the point of I just enjoy the process of drawing, of practicing, of trying different mediums, of drawing different things, of experimenting, and just having so much fun with it that even if the result doesn't turn out as I want it to, I don't mind. I feel a lot more detached from it than I did before, and that's a mindset change that I've been working on for so long, and I'm so glad that it's finally kind of clicked for me. And I think the reason it's clicked specifically is because I've been drawing a lot in the past month. I've been drawing in my multiple sketchbooks. I've started this now. I've also been trying different mediums, from oil pastels to colouring pencils to playing with watercolors, and now using my markers. And I think all of that experimentation and practice has just shown me that I just enjoy the process even if the results aren't good. And it's also meant that yes, I might have a bad drawing one day, but the next day I might try something else and I might really love it, and that's just the way it works. And I just feel a lot more detached from the result than I ever did before, which I am so proud of, because that's something I've been working on for so long. And not only that, but I'm glad that I have used my art journal again, because I really wasn't. Now I have realized that the marker has definitely gone through the paper, so perhaps this paper isn't the best for like oil pastels and things like that, but I'm gonna keep going and experimenting with it and see what I can use it for. But I'm really glad that I've started an art journal now too, and I'm just really happy with the mindset shift that has occurred for me, so I'm really proud of that. Thank you for spending this morning with me as I use my art journal again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.